All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for Hunter
Hunter.
Episode 61. Yeah.
We are in
the game.
Yes, we are in the game officially. The game where people die if they're
killed. The game is on. And the game has been on for a while, and there are probably lots of people that have been in there doing their game stuff.
Yes.
And who knows what Gon is walking into other than potentially the most grindy MMO RPG ever.
Right. With the Phantom Troop. Some of the Phantom Troop as well.
But if you die in the game, you die for real.
People die if they are killed. That's right.
So many references. All right, what are you expecting out of this first bit within the game?
I'm expecting a bit more exploratory at first.
Same.
Gon said he was going to wait for Killua to enter, which I think is tactically a bad idea. Yeah. But, you know, hey, he has his new powers, so maybe he can hold up against other
new techniques.
That's right, because they're not even really Hatsu techniques. They're just expanding on his previous stuff, which is very cool.
Very cool.
So hopefully that will help him, you know, if he ever does come to blows with other Nen users, because that probably will happen, even though they can't actually take the book or the cards at least or whatever.
If they kill him.
If they kill him.
But that doesn't mean people will avoid killing each other necessarily.
Yeah.
Because the Phaeton and Finks are in the game, and they're the kind of people who wouldn't hesitate to kill you, even if they don't care about getting what you have to offer.
Right.
But, yeah, I could see it being a very exploratory episode. I want to see them come across some NPCs. I want to see what the in-game economy is like and what the in-game kind of flow of things is for these cards.
The main thing I'm really interested in, is more of the cards and, like, see what kind of items these are since they can take these out into the real world. And then also, what kind of monsters are there here? Like, because I get the feeling that there's some of those too.
Yeah.
So
eventually we'll see those. He has to encounter some rats and some boars, at level 1.
Well, they're Nen users. I mean, they might not be level 1.
That's true. It's a good point. Yeah. All right, guys. Without further ado, let's get into this episode and see what goes down. All right, guys. We're gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Oh no, this is one of those open world games where there's nothing.
And no quick travel until you get to a place for the first time.
Yeah. And it's like Skyrim with just mountains on the... Whoa. Already being watched?
I mean, even though he's the first person from that group to enter.
Alright, we're not supposed to watch this.
That's right, that's right.
La 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 la.
Blah blah.
La la la. We are not watching it, don't worry.
No, we are
We've seen the same back of that guy with the cape billowing in the wind, but that's it. I'm really wondering, like, if they'll actually learn anything in the game, or if the game will be kind of a means for them to use what they've learned.
I think both, because it did say that it was meant to train hunters.
But that could be just you practice. You get to kill NPCs using the Nen abilities that you've been developing.
Sure.
Which is essentially training, but you might not actually be getting trained by like any people or... you know, like items in the game. That'd be cool if the items like showed you ways to learn, like to develop your own Hatsu techniques.
Exactly, right. If they were geared towards working with specific Hatsu technique, like specializations, you know.
All right, get this up. All right.
Open world time.
And other people are still coming? Okay, cool.
Yep. Set up.
He's just... Okay,
and he steps on a landmine. No.
Okay, so we will wait for Killua.
Yeah. Nice. And they don't have any incentive to kill each other right now, so...
Right. Hi, Tompa 2.0.
Oh, and someone else is waiting. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's the first NPC.
Yeah. He just casually says that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Huh. Ha!
Sure.
Ah. Yeah. It's like, that's it?
Yeah, it's like...
Okay.
Random encounter, or... someone who's already been in the game for a while?
Yeah.
But what can he possibly get from them? Because...
Right.
they just entered the game.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Is he going to try and, like, steal their books themselves?
Yeah.
I mean, if you could do that, that'd be pretty OP.
Whoa.
At least he's not expositing about how.
Yeah. Oh. Crap. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Right. Trace on?
Yeah.
Really? Look at them go. Oh, okay. You done good.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, really, he should have done that from the shadows and not let them know that he was doing it. He's just wasting his items.
Dang! Killua is going to destroy him.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Phantom True.
Hey, chess.
I wonder how good Shizuku can actually be at chess.
I think it's that short term of memory.
Is he trying to hack the game?
Maybe.
That was nice seeing that they had the resting place for Pakanada.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, he said trace on very loudly. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's basically just tracking them.
Right.
So that he can steal their stuff when they get it.
Sure.
And Tokiba, City of Prizes.
Quest boards.
Yep, basically. Some kind of leaderboard.
Hey. Tournaments. Wait.
Rock, paper, scissors tournament.
Are they going to have a tournament arc that is
rock, paper, scissors? So you do get hungry. Gotcha. Ha! Classic. Oh my gosh.
Wow. This is teaching them to be a hunter.
Yeah.
See how much they can possibly eat.
He's an NPC.
Yeah.
He's a dead end. Yes.
Exactly.
Oh no! Yeah. Right. Oh, so this is an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a fish. But, you know, it's a card.
Yeah.
Oh. That's one of the new guys.
Okay.
100% Phantom Troop did it. Oh, his body exploded.
From the inside. Okay.
Yo.
So it's Scar.
Dang.
Well, you might just be in an alternate dimension where... Okay.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
they just got a corpse that just returned out of the game. Huh. Oh, dang. Holy crap.
Now, what's the motivation for killing people?
Yeah, that had to be someone's land. Yep. Just for the sport of it, probably.
I guess. Or maybe there's in-game rewards for killing people. I'm totally trustworthy.
Yeah. Hmm. Nah. Yeah.
And how do you know about that?
Well, no, because they were talking about it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably guilds and groups of people that collaborate together, but it's still not that doable. Ah, gotcha.
Nice. Clever.
Gotcha. Because people will... Yeah, people will think that you...
Uh-huh. Because people don't know what you have.
Yeah.
And this is probably very similar to what you need to do with Nen.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, okay. You smiled really brightly, so you might as well. Oh, hey.
Main characters.
It's a bunch of the people that just joined in. Okay. what's an end user. Oh,
gotcha.
Cool. It alters their state within the game of, like, their cards and stuff like that.
Sure.
That's good to know. Oh, that keeps it... You can memorize them all. Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Makes sense. Yep.
But when they die, their items go away, so...
Right. Oh, okay.
All right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
But then they don't end up getting the cards.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Interesting. Right.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
Cuts to him when he says steal them.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Ah, cool strategy.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Yeah, since there's a limited pool, everyone will come to the same conclusion eventually.
Right.
Gon can tell when people are lying.
Yeah, how he split the reward, yeah.
Hmm.
Huh. Whoa. Whoa. Does that have something to do with his dad? Huh. Who's this? Yeah. And we don't need to know, so she must be important. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a card that helps you leave the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they have someone that isn't with Batara who's going to basically take all the items or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't tell us.
Yeah. Because it's because he's his friend.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah.
Well, that's part of the fun.
Right. But they're trying to game the game.
Right.
Yeah. Ah.
Exactly. They've already made it through the Hunter exam. How many people were killed during the exam? It's true.
That little exchange was more interesting, I think, than most of the rest of the episode.
Nice.
Cool. Vaga. Vaga. I know. Shut up. Yeah.
Right.
Aw. Oh.
Something that I do not share.
Yeah, who is she? Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Should we not watch this just in case it'll... Yeah, just in case of spoilers. So, a lot of mechanics within the game were explained.
Right. Yes.
But I'm thinking that unless we're spending an enormous amount of time in this game, like in terms of the story,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it giving like so much detail to it.
I think they will spend a fair amount of time in the game.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, with the game's mechanics being based around the give and take economy of the cards, there's naturally these little mini factions that are forming around specific goals.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Makes total sense. Yeah.
I'm most interested for when Gon and Killua leave this city. Like, leave the cities and go into... Because, see, with the cities, it's all about, like, the player-player interaction and stuff, right? Which is good to show. But I'm more interested in the environmental stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. What do we got in the tutorial today? Return, yes.
Okay.
Very helpful. Very easy to get, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the game's mechanics were broken down a little bit more to simplify things, but it was a lot of talking about game mechanics.
It was a lot of exposition, and I even noticed that they did the exposition and they continued it even after Gon and Killua had left. Like, it's like, and that's, you know, and it's like, okay, yeah, they're being upfront about it. It's like, all right, you're going into an actual game, and with the way that it's been set up so far with like Nen and everything, you can tell that, you know,
the author
there's a love for power systems in here.
Right. The author really wanted to be a game designer, but got forced into being a mangaka.
Exactly.
And this is just his way of kind of being like, hey guys, I can make pretty cool games.
Yeah, I can make cool game
systems. Maybe you should bring me on for your game. No, you keep making that HunterxHunter thing.
Exactly.
Okay. But he likes the story. But I like that the biggest thing about this episode in terms of the overall narrative was that interaction between Gon and Killua. Because that's huge. That was a bit where Gon and Killua for the first time had a disagreement that was based upon a little bit of a miscommunication, but you saw how quickly Gon was like, Killua, don't tell me you think that way. And it was kind of this like, Gon, like, he's your friend. Like,
and
I can have a difference of opinion on
like,
something.
I didn't see it as being that harsh. He was more like, what? Really?
No, he had a furrowed eyebrow, like kind of a shock kind of look, but also a little bit of an angry look, a little bit.
Well, I mean, and I didn't pick up on that, but it would make sense that might be there because it is around something related to his dad.
Yes. Yes.
And the way they resolved that whole thing was great. I loved how they changed into the different art style to draw attention to what was being said because that was basically addressing development that had been happening for Killua. And Gon too, but mostly Killua. Since pretty much the start of the show, and it was subtle enough that, you know, you can notice it when you're looking like from episode to episode, like an episode here to 20 episodes down. Right. You know, you can see the difference, and you get the feeling that like you know that the development is going to happen like at the beginning of the show because of how different they are. Right. But this is where they're like, hey, yeah, that development that's been happening, it's a thing. It's important. We're drawing attention to it here.
And it's very important to note how they both see it differently in that Gon is thankful for getting to know Killua, but Killua is like forever grateful that Gon is a part of his life. Like there's a disproportionate care for the other. Right. And I think that it's not that makes it be a source of conflict in the future, but I think that that's something where Killua is happier than Gon is about the friendship.
Right, because
it means more to Killua.
With Gon, it's like, yeah, we're friends. This is awesome, right?
Yeah,
with
Killua, and it's like, great.
Yeah, with Killua, it's like, yeah, we're friends, but also like you changed.
You changed my life.
Yeah, you changed my life. So there you go. Now so with that group that they introduced here, I know this is kind of breaking off from that conversation there, but that group seemed like they might be like important in this arc. But it also seems like they might just be there to give exposition about the rules, and then they're sort of just going to be like.
I think they'll be a group that they'll bump into pretty consistently. Okay. I think that the girls separating off from the group of them is actually more telling because for some reason she saw something interesting in those two, and I would too if the boy again gave Gon in that this is from her perspective, she doesn't know who he is. Kind of be like, oh, this boy gave a very interesting reason as to
why to not
do it. It's like they're gonna do the game alone, but
because apparently his dad helped make the game.
Well, she doesn't. Oh, wait. She might have overheard that.
She might have.
Oh, that's true.
It's possible.
Yeah, good point.
Now, what exactly? Now, okay, so I'm curious what the motivations are of the people inside the game, because there's the people that are wanting to beat the game for the 50 billion or whatever, right? That's pretty basic.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, all the people that have that as their main motivation are just sort of like cannon fodder.
Sure.
Right? Hence why...
Even though that's literally the same thing that Gon and Killua's motivation is, to clear the game.
No, right, but
Actually, that's a good point. Sorry. You're right. They are cannon fodder because Gon's goal is to enjoy the game. And this is something that I touched upon in the previous episode, that they don't necessarily have to finish it. They can just enjoy the game and then choose to leave whenever they're done enjoying it.
That is very true.
Because they probably don't care about the 50 billion Jenny. And now that we know that there's an item in the game that can return them out of the game, there you go.
Yeah. And that makes me curious what what the Phantom Troop is doing in there. That's the big one. But then also that little,
violent faction.
Well, the violent faction, sure, but mainly the little lolly girl that's following them around, because I don't think it's going to be something as simple as money, right?
No. And I think she found people that are actually interesting.
Okay.
And she's obviously going to be a Nen user because, they're in the game. But I think that she might actually be a connection point with them and Nen in particular. Because if she ends up joining up with them, I could see them having another character's application of Nen be a focal point for the characters to go, oh, you use Nen that way? That's kind of interesting. Right. I'd never thought about that.
And that's
before,
a great point,
like
because if she is following them like just for fun because they seemed interesting, right?
Right.
Then that's kind of along the lines of why Gon is in this game, because he wants to enjoy it, right?
Right.
It's a lot more whimsical than the simple, okay, let's get the money and
let's game
home.
the system and group up and form a guild around the purpose of systematically ending the game as fast as possible.
Right. Not that I have any kind of issue with that. Because I do that too.
Yeah.
But the fact that they have those similarities will probably mean they'll end up grouping up at some point.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see the interactions that they do there, not just because it's another character, and not just because it's a girl as well, but also because what kind of motivations do they have? Because even though they're following them because they're interesting, that I don't think that's it. Like, there has to be something more to it than that, and I want to see what exactly that is.
Yeah, I want to talk about how Jacob and I actually have the desire to make our own types of board games in general and stuff. And this is kind of a cool thing where we might actually learn some potential game design ideas.
Yep.
I think that the card collection aspect, where it's not something like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you're collecting the games and going into duel each other, it's a MMO RPG.
It's equipment, really.
Which is basically an achievement system, but the achievements are consumable items.
Right.
That could be used in any aspect. And I like that because I don't think a game has ever done that before.
Where everything is consumable?
Well, basically the game's objective is to fill out an achievements list. And then the achievements list, every single achievement translates itself into some kind of consumable item.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that,
as far as design style goes, it's very grindy. but it's very
in
clever.
A lot of ways, it avoids the grindy kind of feel to it because each item is very much consumable, even if they're effectively like permanent with like the 300 plus uses or whatever.
No, they're not. They don't have 300 plus uses. That's how many times they can be transformed back into the book. Oh, is that what you're saying? That means it's a use because it's.
I think so.
Oh,
like you don't have to necessarily use it when you bring it out.
Oh, I think I messed up. I thought that the transformation limit was that when you take an item out, there's some time that it has to be put back into the book. And if you don't do it within that time, it's forever an item.
I think that also is a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was like a minute or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember them saying something like that.
Okay, so then the fish thing, they can use that as like, what, is a fish supposed to be like food or something?
I don't know. But I think the
consumable fish.
I think
200 uses.
Yeah, I think the idea is so that way it's you're not using like you might use something multiple times in like a fight or something, but you're not just gonna leave it out and just keep using it, right? They're making it not specifically uses to make it a little bit different,
right?
But the fact that but I like that everything has some limit to how much you can use it,
right?
So that it's not just something of getting better permanent stat increases or whatever. The way you play the game, even at the lower levels, can still have an influence later on.
Sure.
Because you're not just going to be able to keep that one awesome item that you found forever, right? You'll need to hold back on using it until you need it.
Yeah, and probably the higher ranking, like an SS item or card, will have very few transformation uses.
It'll probably be like 3.
But that's why I think it will be ultimately a grindy game in that you would need to essentially limit use of a card. But if other players decide to interact with you in the negative sense to make you use a card...
You're like, okay, 52 pickup.
Then you end up losing a lot of your card collection's value in just interacting with players.
Right. Which means that skill in interacting with players without bringing cards into it is another important thing. So
but that's where Nen is involved.
Right.
But cards can't be blocked with Nen. Cards are a self-interacting system. So now there's 2 magical systems within this game, which makes it extra complicated.
Which means they can have a magical system babies. Because that basically means they...
No, you can't combine Nen into the cards.
No, I know. You can't combine Nen into the cards. But you can use...
Well, sorry. I don't want to throw out an idea
could possibly... Maybe you can. Who knows?
But I'm gonna throw out a guess there and say that they're mutually exclusive. There's Nen and there's cards. You don't have Nen infused.
Right, but you could still use them at the same time or in conjunction with each other or whatever. Right. There are lots of different ways that you can do that.
Sure.
Which would be cool to see. But also the fact that the cards can't directly hurt players is kind of important.
So what's the Phantom Droop doing in the game?
I don't know. I think they might be trying to basically... Okay, here's the thought. Is that they're trying to just steal items from the game. Since the items seem to be able to be brought out of the game, maybe they're trying to just collect as many as possible.
I think that's what Phaeton and Finks went in there
to do
somewhat for. But I feel like... That's what I thought they were going in there for. But I think what ended up happening is Shalnark, I believe. Yeah, Shalnark's the phone guy. He probably made contact with them. And they were like within the game or something like that. And now he's been recruited in with them on whatever their goal is. And it's more than just stealing stuff now because it's Phantom Troop business.
Right. It almost looked like he was hacking the game. And
or at least he had some command prompt stuff just scrolling down in green text.
Here's something that I could see. If there's certain items that can work in the real world, what if there was an item that can remove Nen stuff from other people? So basically, for removing the chains from Krollo.
Off of Krollo?
Yep. I could see that happening.
I don't know. I think that's possible.
And that might be why they need Shalnark to be accessing the game, because maybe he's not actually like hacking the game. Like
he's just using his manipulator Nen or something.
Well, I was thinking that maybe he's using it to not change the state of the game, but to basically get information on the game. So he can figure out, okay, maybe there is an item like that, like in its list of item things. All right, this is what it's called, blah, blah, blah.
Right, but didn't it say in the fortune that Krollo would, like, find someone that would help him in the East or something?
That's true.
So wouldn't he be kind of going on that whole bit?
Right, and that's why Krollo's going to the East.
Right, but that would probably be the person that would help him with removing the Nen.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that there might not be something that could help them over here.
I could see it being that. I'm just trying to think of why...
It would be kind of a duplicate thing.
Right.
But,
I'm trying to think of, like, why it would be Phantom Troop business, but if it was something, like, specific to the group...
I can only think of it being that either they're finding something that will help get Krollo back.
I like that theory, yeah.
Or... unless there's some sort of resurrection item that they can use on Pakanada.
Yeah, that's probably not the case.
I do not think so, because if they ever make Nen able to bring people back to life,
that ruins the whole system.
That brings up a whole host of problems.
Yeah.
Or they're just trying to steal stuff.
I think it's a combination. I think that they might be doing something that, like, has Crollo's best interests in mind.
Okay.
But I think Crollo being gone means that they're not doing this on his orders, so it could as much be a wild goose chase if they're actually looking for something that would remove Kurapika's Nen off of him.
Mm-hmm.
So, shot in the dark. Maybe they are looking for something that could help him, but there's no guarantee that they'll find it.
Right. Yeah. I'm really interested in seeing what, like, because we haven't seen them inside Greed Island yet.
Well, that's the thing. They're not main characters in this story.
I know, but yeah, I really want to see what they're up to.
Okay. Well, that's a good enough discussion for now. I'm hoping that they drive a little bit more of the main Gon and Killua plot in the upcoming episodes and such, because this is a lot of info dumping.
Right, which makes me think that this arc is probably going to be a bit of a long one, since they're doing all this prep in the beginning.
I can see it being a slow one. I think the writer's smart enough to not have it be a long one.
Okay.
Like, I do not see it be as long as the
Hunter exam?
No, Oh, sure, not the Hunter exam. The Hunter exam is what, 24 episodes?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to be that long. I also don't think it's going to be as long as the York New stuff.
Sure, because there was a whole lot of stuff that happened before all the stuff with Phantom.
I think in general it's going to be a middle tier length of the story.
Okay.
Like, it's not going to be long, because I feel like we're heading into a little bit of the weaker territory of HunterxHunter. Just
possibly,
in general. It's cool in terms of world building, but in terms of the actual character story,
right,
a lot of it is pretty much just that kind of discovery writing, coming into a little bit of some hurdles.
The reason why I don't think so is because, like, okay, if you were to compare like the slower episodes, like say with with Castro,
they're running through the tunnel for an entire episode.
I actually liked a lot of those episodes because they focused a lot more on the characters. But basically what I see is that with this sort of exposition set up for the rules of the world and all that stuff, is that basically the creator is really interested in this part. This is a part that he's really excited about.
Well,
and that makes me excited.
Right, but I'm also thinking about it from the manga perspective of, I have to draw stuff on a consistent basis. So if I'm drawing bubbles of text rather than actual characters, it's easier to draw, so I can pump out, content that's not as complex.
Possibly. I mean,
as a manga sort of thing, that was a lot of just talking. Where are you going to find room in the panels for, actual drawings and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, okay, here's one other thing. We're coming off of that amazing arc that we had prior.
Yes,
so whatever this arc is, it will probably be not quite as good, because how can it be, right?
No, of course not.
But I think it'll still be a good one.
I think it'll still be fine. I think that the main thing that we've got going for it right now is we have Gon and Killua together. They're moving in a specific kind of direction of kind of growing their friendship, and they're learning about Nen. And I think that combination will carry through this arc into something pretty good.
Okay, cool.
But I would like them to move back into Nen at some point. And I think that this girl is an example of how that could work.
Yeah, how they're going to segue that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, if you guys want to watch the next two HunterxHunter reactions, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access. And also comes with Discord access, of course, if you want to chat with us in the voice chat there, or just about stories in general. And yeah, that'll be pretty fun. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.